Our next mayor will be Steve Lentz from the village of Mundelein, and we're going to hear more about all the great things that are going on there. They've got a lot of developments that are coming up and a lot of good things going on there downtown, so we're looking forward to hearing from Steve.
All right, thank you very much. It's great to be here. You know, just 6 weeks ago or so, just 3 votes gone the other way, and I wouldn't be here. So I'm grateful, and I really enjoy speaking at this every year. Just want to introduce some elected officials at our table here. We have 4 trustees. Robin Meyer, raise your hand there. Kirsten Russell is a trustee. Ray Semple, and Don Abernathy. So just wanted to recognize them and thank you for being here. So this is a crow, all right? And you can serve crow in different ways, but since Terry brought up the baseball thing, and I do it every year, and so far, I had 3 straight years where it was warranted for us to brag about our team. But they did sweep us. We started out, 2 weeks ago, we started out ranked 1 or 2 in the state, and at the end of the week, we were not 1 or 2 in the state. So, and this is crows served 2 different ways. In Japan, apparently, you can get crows served in an elegant fashion. And then somewhere in Newport Beach, California, they actually serve a crow burger. So I can't imagine it's too pleasant. But there are other sports. Oh, here, let's see, where are we? Oh, I point there, and then that happens. So currently, we have the baseball rankings, 1 through 4, and Libertyville's at 19, Mundelein's at 22. So that's going into playoffs coming up. We are in the same regional tournament. So hopefully we'll meet each other and have it out. There are other sports. At Mundelein, we have a great tradition of girls water polo. We're ranked 19th in the state currently. And this last year, I have to get my point there and then look this way. This was a first for us in golf. Our golf team advanced to the state tournament for the first time ever, having defeated in sectionals Barrington by a shot, and Highland Park and Lake Forest by 2 shots. And you wonder, well, what's going on? The Mundelein would have such a great golf team. Well, we have 2 country clubs feeding into our school district, which helps. And then in addition to being near White Deer Run, we have 5 other public courses that border the edges of our village. And so it's quite nice if you're a golfer to be in Mundelein. Oh, gosh, I have to point that way. There we go. Whoops.
You shouldn't have to.
There we go. All right, 4 things that have been completed in the last year, and then 3 that we hope to get going on. We have now joined the wonderful club of communities that have a Panera Bread opened. And so we kind of joke internally, you know, we've reached the pinnacle of economic development now that we have a Panera Bread in town. So that just opened last week. So it's great, a lot of sunlight coming in. They have outdoor eating, it's wonderful. And it's on the corner of Town Line and 45 right there, the old Pizza Hut building. All right. Number 2, we have a shopping center in the middle of town, right on Holly and 45, that recently, since I spoke here last year, we've completed the renovations have been finished, and that was they put in about $1.8 million in the new parking lot and facades, and it's filling up with more food places, and there's an anchor spot still available right there in the back corner. And so it just has really helped the appearance of that part of our town right in the middle, and so we're very happy about Holly Lake Plaza being completed. The third thing, Fairhaven Crossing was finished, a residential development right on Holly there, 40 apartments. That is, they're currently renting those up, so that got completed since we spoke. And then finally, JewelOsco took over the old Dominic's place over there on Midlothian and 176. And so that is a huge help to the middle of town. And now folks don't call me and say we're in a food desert and all that. I'm serious. I was getting calls and emails about people feeling that they were in a food desert. And it is just a huge part of our community in the northern part there to have a grocery store like that right in town. Okay, 3 things that are in the works. Okay, there we go. Transitional Care of Lake County. This is located right next to Dover Straits, where the old driving range was. It's turned into soccer fields, 185-bed facility, skilled nursing center. And that should hopefully break ground here this later in the summer, fall, right around there. It's getting very close to breaking ground. There is a residential development that is being looked at very carefully by Hovnanian on 176 and 6083. That's a 65-home development. They're the same company that did Orchard Meadows just further to the south there on the old Quiggs Orchard property. And so that's in the works. And then finally, in front of Village Hall, we have the Lot 5 development. We're talking to a developer there about building a substantial piece, and we're working through the design elements now. It would be well over 100 apartment units, higher end, with about 30,000 square feet of retail on the ground floor, and just would really complement and define the plaza area in the newer part of our downtown area. We do have similarly community events. Here's just 4 listed: a craft beer festival, Park on Park, if you're into classic cars. If it's good weather, and it's on the second Wednesday of every month up until through September, if you're into classic cars and the weather's nice on one of those days, you'll get 500 plus classic cars. It's just a wonderful experience, and if you like that, please come check it out. It's fantastic. We got our community days, June 30th through July 3rd. It's a little bit earlier than some. And our arts festival is really taking off as a great tradition. But of all these, the one that brings in the most people, I would say, from out of town, our beer festival is turning into just a huge tradition. This will be our 6th year. And the number of breweries attending has just been growing and growing. Now we're over 40 that will be there at that time. So it's a fantastic event. I'd encourage you, if you like craft beer at all, come check it out. Okay? Thank you very much.